So the Tecno Phantom X is Tecno's premium, recently announced premium device, supposed to stand amongst the competitors of the time, like Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite, for example. But is it really worth the hype? Is it really worth? I mean, it comes with interest, and it's a very nice. I mean, the design of the device alone is it's something else. It comes with some new specs that we've never seen in a Tecno device. So that's what makes it premium, like a curved AMOLED display. Wait, that's it. What? That's it. Like what? Wait, all right, you know what, let's just settle this right now. Let's just do it right now. Okay, Tecno Phantom X, Camon 17, Tecno Camon 17 Pro. Let's do it. Let's compare. This is an overview. This is going to be talking about specs on paper, how it's supposed to perform, and let's look at these two devices and see how do they compare, how similar are they than different. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wazz here. If you're new here, we basically do is smartphone overviews and tutorials alongside app reviews and tutorials. Overviews, we're talking about the specs on paper, the theory of how a smartphone is supposed to perform in real life. Today's video is the Phantom X versus the Camon 17 Pro. How do they stand up to each other? I'm gonna say this first. Tecno has a reputation for releasing the same specs on successive devices and making a lot of noise about it. Take this Camon 16 Premier for example, and the 17 Pro. All come with 48 megapixel cameras, but they made a lot of noise on the 17 Pro. Like it had a new lens, like it had this super software working on it. Like we knew nothing of that sort was happening there. And then the hitters with the 48 megapixel camera again on the Phantom X. I mean, there's no big deal about it, but the hype that it comes with, I mean, it's just a regular 48 megapixel camera. You've done this 3 times in a row. There's nothing special about it. Let's just move on. All right, just bring it on and let's move on. All right, and that's one of the things that calls for this video. And so we just take a look at the similarities and differences and how they stand up to each other. Phantom X, Camon 17 Pro, and why I personally think the Camon or the Phantom X is not worth the hype. So let's begin with the display. The sizes are pretty much the same. 6.7 inches on the Phantom X, 6.8 on the Camon 17 Pro. Both come with 90 Hz refresh rate at the max, but the differences are the Phantom X comes with a curved AMOLED display with an under display fingerprint scanner, and the Camon 17 Pro comes with a flat LCD panel with a side mounted fingerprint scan. And it's not just the difference between display, it's actually a very big difference between the two devices as a whole. It being AMOLED makes it battery efficient. You also get true colors and deep blacks as compared to the LCD on the Camon 17 Pro. Like I said, it's a premium device, but is it though? Is it premium? Is it? Another crazy thing is they both come with the same chip and storage and RAM size. Both come with the MediaTek's Helio G95 12 nanometer processor. This is premium device with a 12 nanometer. All right, they both come with the Helio G95 12 nanometer processor. Both come with 8 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage. The Phantom X has just that, but the Camon 17 Pro also has a 6 gig version as well. Talking about the chip or the processor though, the Helio G95, look, honestly, there is no difference between the Helio G95 and the Helio G90T. They're both 12 nanometer processors. They have the same CPU and GPU. Okay, I mean, other than the name G95, G90T, there is no other difference. It's the G95 to us techies is a refurbished G90T. So basically what I'm trying to say is Phantom X is going to perform the same as the Camon 17 Pro and also similar to the Camon 16 Premier. If at the time of this video we've made that video, a comparison between the Phantom X and the Camon 16 Premier, you'd see a card up here. If not, well, subscribe and stay notified for that video. So moving on to the cameras, and this is another interesting feature of a smartphone. I'll let you guys decide this one for yourself. So starting with the Phantom X, the rear camera, we have a 50 megapixel big lens up there, the main camera, and then followed by a 30 megapixel telephoto with 2 times zoom and an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens. It shoots 4K at 30 frames per second. On the selfie end, we have a 48 megapixel main with an 8 megapixel ultra wide, similar to what we have on last year's Camon 16 Premier. Also comes with a 48 megapixel main lens on the selfie end with an 8 megapixel ultra wide. Talk about premium, I'd say repetition. Well, moving on to the Camon 17 Pro, the rear end we have a 64 megapixel main lens, followed by an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel depth, and a 2 megapixel monochrome or black and white. Shoots 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 30 frames per second. Selfie, like I said earlier, is the same 48 megapixel lens. So you can see your premium device has less megapixels than, you know, your Camon 17 Pro. So I just hope it brings out more detail with this less device. I hope your software works it out for you. Otherwise, it's gonna suck compared to the Camon 17 Pro. So looking at all of these, I would say the price is ridiculous. $460 as far as I know for the Phantom X. That's crazy. $460 for what? Just an improved protection. Okay, we have Gorilla Glass protection on the front and back. All right, what else? A curved AMOLED display. The curve doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really add anything to it. It's just aesthetic, you know, just like a form of beautification, because in actual fact, a lot of people kind of don't even like the curved displays because of touches, mistaken touches, accidental touches and stuff like that. It's just for beautification purposes. So that doesn't really hold up. So I'd say the AMOLED display, because now you have more battery efficiency on the Phantom X than the Camon 17 Pro. Yes, so that's basically it, and $460 for that upgraded. So that's like almost twice what we have of the $260 of the Camon 17 Pro at the time of this release. It's crazy. It's ridiculously, stupidly crazy, I'd say, of the price. But that is my comparison of the Camon 17 Pro and the Phantom X. Phantom X, not Pro. This is the Phantom X. And it should just give you a perspective or an insight on how it's supposed to perform in real life. And we check out, if you do get the phone, we check out real life performances of this device compared to the Camon 17 Pro. But before then, subscribe and stay notified and keep wearing a mask.